At the outset, I thank our beloved Vice Chancellor who bears the consent to God what they see on cities of climate change initiatives. On behalf of the Art Department, we wholeheartedly welcome our beloved Vice Chancellor for his function.
So, we'll have the floral welcome. We request Mr. Dattatri to get the floral welcome to honor Dr. Dilvasaga, the Vice Chancellor of University of Chennai.
Now, the senior-most IAS officer, none other than Ms. Sandra Selanaya, who is also the Vice Chairperson of the State Planning Commission. US Department of Energy and Resources Laboratory, and also welcome students, scholars, press, and the faculty members of this institution and administrators of the institution. Once for all, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. We now request Mr. G. Dattatri, former Chief Urban Planner of Chennai Metropolitan Development Authority. Right now, he is the trustee to sustain, to introduce the theme of the seminar.
Respected Vice Chancellor, respected Vice Chairperson, Planning Commission, respected Commissioner, respected Vice US Constituents, friends and colleagues. Good morning. The theme of today's event is cities and climate change. The theme has been well explained in the Secretary General, Mr. Ban Ki-moon, and Mr. Dr. John Frost, Under Secretary General of the UN, Executive Director of UN Habitat, in their message, which has already been circulated in the field. The UN Secretary General, in his message, has stated that the nexus between urbanization and climate change is real and potentially deadly, and we should act to meet the challenges. Dr. Frost, in his message, has stated that by 2050, there could be 200 million environment refugees worldwide, many of whom will be forced from their homes by rising sea levels and increased frequency of flooding and drought. He has stressed that prevention can be addressed only through better urban planning. I would like to highlight some of the important aspects of this theme. Rapid and unplanned urbanization the world over, and especially in India and the rest of Asia, has led to serious shortages in housing, resulting in proliferation of slums and urban expansion in flood-prone and ecologically fragile areas. These are the most exposed during extreme climatic events. Cyclones and hurricanes globally have doubled over the past 20 years, and in the event, cyclone-prone countries have suffered most. The havoc caused recently in Thailand and near our home in our own state due to cyclonic storms is still fresh in our mind. According to the Lancet and the work of academics, climate change is the largest and the biggest global health threat in the 21st century. Devastating consequences of human health arise from changing pattern of infections and insect-borne diseases, reduced water and food scarcity leading to malnutrition and diarrheal diseases due to flooding, loss of life and livelihoods. These are compounded with other serious consequences which include steep deterioration in the quality of living, widespread economic loss and displacement of people, large-scale population migration which aggravate the urban situation further. Of the world's 20 large cities, 13 are coastal cities and about 60% of the world's population is estimated to live close to the coastline. The situation is similar in our country, which has a long coastline dotted with metropolitan cities as well as other large urban settlements. The Chennai metropolitan area, being on the coast, is equally vulnerable from sea level rise as also from cyclonic storm and will suffer from many of the above consequences if we are not well prepared. Cities contribute to climate change at an increasing level through emissions of greenhouse gases, through industrial production and burning of fossil fuel in transport and energy generation. They are also high consumers of energy. It is therefore important that cities must do their utmost in mitigation measures. On this occasion, let us reaffirm our commitment to establish low carbon and climate resilient cities and urban centers. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. No one lives long enough to learn everything. To learn the things that we need to learn to achieve our goals, set by Brain Trees. We now request Mr. T. Shivaraman, Vice President, Madras Chamber of Commerce and Industries. He is also chairman of Sriram EPC Limited, who is the lead in renewable energy sector, to deliver the presidential address.
Thank you. Respected Vice Chancellor of University of Madras, Mr. Nair, Vice Chairman of State Planning Commission, Mr. Mike Priyanidis, he got that right. Vice British Deputy Commission, Mr. Paul Brokaw, Vice Consul General, speakers of the dais, expert speakers in the following sessions, and friends. At the outset, I'd like to thank all of you for joining us on this fairly early in the morning on our working day for this session. We planned this to celebrate World Habitat Day. The fact that we are a month late is probably good because there have been a lot of programs around World Habitat Day and there is a tendency to forget about this once that day or the milestone passes. So I think this is something that we need to keep in our minds throughout the year and throughout our life. The Madras Chamber, as the oldest Chamber of Commerce in Southern India and the second oldest in India, I don't think we need to introduce ourselves too much. I would just like to say that we recently celebrated our 175th year, and as part of the 175th year celebrations, we had chosen sustainable development as the theme for the chamber. So we have been doing work, and we've been trying to do work in multiple areas of sustainability. One is the human resources area, where we are working on skill development and training, and the other is in terms of pure environmental sustainability, which is what this seminar is about. I think that we've been able to partner with another ancient and honored organization in Chennai, the Cross University, as well as other partners, UN Habitat, Sustain, the British High Commission, the US Consulate, in developing, putting forward this program, and we hope that we'll be able to make this a regular feature as we go. The subject of climate change is becoming more and more critical as time goes on. I think it is scientific consensus that man-made climate change is happening, and it is equally a scientific consensus that the impact of this is going to be felt most on the lower straight out of society. It is equally an economic fact that if we want to develop and we want to increase the living standard of our people, we need development, we need growth. The challenge is how to balance growth with sustainability. In the context of the increasing urbanization of the world and the extremely fast growth in urban population in India, the topic of this particular seminar, which is cities and climate change, is particularly relevant. I think cities have a disproportionate impact on climate change, and conversely, climate change has a disproportionate and potentially disastrous impact on cities. Coastal cities are the most vulnerable, and they are the largest. Most of the large cities in the world are coastal cities. Chennai, or Madras as it used to be called, is a coastal city. It is a city that has been facing climate change, facing developmental issues for a long time. We have gone through multiple water crises, which we have to some extent overcome and have been able to grow the city. And as a city, we are get used to dealing with environmental stresses. Chennai is also the capital, as far as India is concerned, for renewable energy. We manufacture the bulk of the wind turbines in India. We are doing quite a bit of work in solar in other areas. So, and I think as a city, we have the ability, we have the knowledge, we have the people to rise to the challenges of developing a sustainable business model. So the Madras Chamber is taking this opportunity to launch what we call the Sustainable Chennai Forum, where basically what we want to do is work with business and government in and around the Chennai metropolitan area to develop new strategies for coping with climate change, to promote new business models, to work with the government to develop policy, to improve the environmental Chennai, and to look at long-term sustainable solutions for continuing growth in Chennai. I think it is by pushing the sea back to try to stop the growth of cities. Chennai will grow, and there is no way that we can stop the growth. The only thing that we can do as a city and as a community is to find a way by which the city can grow efficiently, and the city can grow sustainably. So that's something that we as the Madras Chamber would like to coordinate. I would not say lead. We will provide the platform, and we will provide the environment, and we welcome inputs from industry, from academia, from the government, and we would like to give inputs back to industry, academia, and government to see that we can grow and develop a sustainable city model. I think as a city we have the capability to do it. As a people, we have the capability to do it, but more importantly, I think we have no choice. We have to do it if we want to stop it. So, with that, I'd like to close my remarks. Thank you again for filling up the hall early in the morning, and I would hand over the floor to this.
We request our Vice Chancellor, Colonel Dr. G. Durvasaga, University of Madras, to release the compendium on cities and climate changes. We request our Vice Chancellor, Colonel Dr. G. Durvasaga, University of Madras, to deliver the inaugural address.
Revered and most respected Vice Chairman of State Planning Commission, Government of Tamil Nadu, Madam Chandashila Nair, IAS, most respected British Deputy High Commissioner at Chennai, our friend Mr. Mike, without Danakis, statue, respected Vice Consul, U.S. Consulate General at Chennai, Mr. Paul G. Rocco, other friends on the dais, Shri G. Dattatari, Dr. T. Sivaraman, Madam K. Saraswati, members of the Madras Chamber of Commerce,